So, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Workwide podcast where no topics are off limits. So, today we have Pete Taylor in with us, and Pete is a professional boxing coach.
Yeah, and before we start, Pete, I have to say, when I asked you to come on, I just knew you as like Katie Taylor's dad, and obviously being a local boxing coach as well in the Coliseum gym. So when I started researching, I was like in awe. I was like, the amount of things that you've been through and overcome. So I'm actually like really looking forward to doing this podcast now today.
Every 2 minutes last night, she was like ringing me, she's like,
Can you believe this happened?
And I was like, oh my God,
I won't get into it now. But so what we're going to do is we're just going to get into a little bit of an icebreaker as a start, just to make us feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
So we just have a few little questions. So in the past years, what is the one thing you've spent a lot of time worrying about that you wish you didn't?
Oh, Jane, that's a tough one.
I know. And you know what? We asked everyone here today as well.
I suppose obviously we all worry about making a few bob.
Yeah.
And suppose being financially secure. But look, no point worrying about it. You just got to work. You work your ass off at the end of the day. And look, worrying does nothing for you. At the end of the day, changes nothing. It just stresses you. So
that's what a lot of people say. Like looking back, they wouldn't stress about like money, friends.
It always works
like,
out, no
all
matter how
things,
much you work about money. It always ends up working out no matter what, doesn't it? Like,
and again, money, like nothing's your health's everything. Then when
Yeah.
you're stressing about all these things, you're putting yourself in a bad health and everything. And money can't buy health.
yeah.
Health is, so
Happiness or health.
Are you a health fanatic? Like,
Yeah.
I know obviously you're good at fitness and that, but like, is it in terms of what you intake as well?
yeah, everything. Yeah. I suppose I do a little bit of biohacking as well, and with myself, trying.
What do you do?
What? Yeah.
Biohacking, like I take peptides. I try doing earthing and things like that.
Sounds
This
like
is
my
Eva.
dad.
This is Eva.
No, I know
Eva
my dad.
believes there's like chemicals in everything, and even our tea bags are sprayed, and we're not allowed normal tea bags.
I'm after getting new tea leaves and all. It's all natural. Like honestly.
No, you're right. But look at the state of the food nowadays.
I send her
It's
stuff all the time, and she's like, "Will you just stop and leave me alone?" I'm like, "No, this is truth and all." She's like, "Where did you get that from?" I'm like, "These are herbalist scientist people. They know what they're talking about and all." She just be like, "Aoife, please just stop and give yourself a break."
Well, everything is processed now, isn't it? It's very hard.
Yeah, it is.
I was just saying to you, I just had food poisoning the weekend. I was absolute nightmare,
Exactly. Like I won't even eat a bit of meat really in a restaurant. I always go for like a vegetarian option because I have to like dissect the meat, don't I? I'd be like, so
I'd eat a big steak. I'm alright.
no, I'm real picky. What would you say would have been one of your biggest accomplishments?
Definitely when Coach K to the Olympic Games, to the gold in the Olympics. Obviously he's hard to surpass that in sport. It's like it's the pinnacle of any sporting career is to coach an Olympic gold medalist.
So what did that go? What way did that go? Like, what was the journey, obviously, of bringing girls boxing into the Olympics?
Oh, that was tough because when Kay started boxing, she was only 9, 10. There's no female boxing. There's no girls in the clubs at all.
Yeah.
Like they were kicked out of the clubs, and it was by accident because I was training for the All Irelands myself, and I just brought her with me. She was playing football a lot, and she was into a lot of the boys' sports, as I say, boys' sports, and she turned around. She says, "Dad, can I get in a spa?" I said, "She's doing a bit in the house." I said, "No, don't get in a spa." "Oh no, I'd like to spar that lad there." "I'll go ahead then," and I didn't take much notice. She's biting the head off the young lad then, and she said, "I want to box," so there's no girls boxing, so she boxed away. There's no tournaments, no fights for girls. She couldn't get fights. She didn't get a fight till she was like 14 or 15, and
Because you couldn't find a component, like.
no, they just won't let her on shows,
Right.
So we put on his own shows then against boys. We used to have to tie her hair up, put her headgear on, so nobody know she was a girl, but she'd be beating everyone up. And in all fairness, there was a lot of local clubs that helped, like Crumlin Boxing Club always helped. There's Mick Dowling in Terranure always put her on against boys. Then if she was getting to the age then when she was beating the boys, it was getting embarrassing for the boys. So we said, "Oh, jeez, can't really box against boys."
I know.
Yeah, and then so we started campaigning for the female boxing to get into the Olympics, and because she was doing so well, like. We were getting a little bit of recognition. Then she started boxing in women's tournaments abroad, and she was beating everyone. Then she beat the world champion at 17. So the Olympic Council kind of started looking at her then, and we started saying campaigning more to get the women's boxing into the Olympics. So they asked us to go to Chicago and box in an exhibition on the men's world championships. But she went over there and she stopped the girl, the world champion at the weight above her, in the second round or something.
Oh my God, amazing.
Brilliant.
Oh no, we can't have girls getting knocked out and all this rubbish. So they didn't let it in 2008, and eventually then in London 2012, yeah, that was the first time female boxing was allowed into the Olympics. And
what age was she at then?
She was 24 then.
Right, oh my
but
God.
She could have, like, if it had been 2008, she could have had Olympics previous to that as well, you know. But look, it's there now. And,
I was going to say it took a long time, but you've got there. Hard work always pays off, and once you put the effort in, you always...
And it was horrible, even 2008. I remember we were going into training to the National Stadium, and they were saying, no, it's definitely going to be in 2008. The Olympics are definitely going to be in Beijing. We heard on the radio, we're getting ready for the qualifiers for the Olympics. The females boxing had been refused in the Beijing play. It was heartbreaking for us, you know, because you campaign so much for it then.
How long did you campaign for in total?
Oh, about 8 years.
Jesus.
It was, and they were just closing the doors in front of you. And even in Ireland, we were trying to get opponents. She'd entered the All Irelands. Nobody had enter against her. So we'd say, can we bring a girl in from abroad? Like, nobody would pay for it. We'd have to fund it ourselves, and it cost a fortune at the end of the day. And you know, you're going away to training camps. There was no women's training camps, so we were going to men's training camps, and she was sparring against the men all the time, and it was difficult. It was a rough time. We were going like to Russia and Ukraine, and
did you fund that all yourselves?
We funded most of it. Then she started getting on funding from the Olympic Council. Then they started funding some of it, you know. So it was grand then.
Jesus, but fair play, just not giving up, because 8 years, a lot of people would have given up. Like,
and she was playing football.
You never give up. This is what I have to keep telling her.
Don't give up. Sometimes everything's a slow start, a slow burn. Eventually it gets there, you know. I mean, you know, when you start this podcast up, it starts off as a slow burn until you start getting recognised. And once you dig in there, you'll get there at the end, you know. And
there's our positive thinking now. We'll have a live by next year.
That's it.
Everyone starts somewhere. Like, do you know what I mean?
Somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere, and then it's just got to dig in there when the going gets tough, and say it's worth it. It should be worth it at the end of the day, you know.
So we jump straight into Katie. So I just going to ask a little bit about you and your journey. So, and what made you move to Ireland? Because you're originally from Leeds, is
Leeds, yeah. I left home at 12. Would you believe?
And came to Ireland as well?
No.
Right.
I was living in London and Norwich, and I was working in holiday camps and things like that. And then I was offered a job over in the amusements in Bray when I was 16. So I went over. Worked in the amusements in Bray for a season. Then I went back, and when I was coming back to the UK, I'd met a chap over here. I was doing a little bit of boxing with him. He says, "You should come over here. I can get you a job." So I went back to the UK for a month, and I said, I'm going to go back over to Ireland, you know. Went over, landed in Bray. There was no mobile phones then. I said, Jesus, how do I contact this lad? So I remember I slept my first night in Bray on the seafront of Bleeding Bray, and freezing it was. And I managed to bump into your man the next day, and then...
Just hoping he came around, like hoping he came around.
I knew where he worked, you know, so I went down to him, and then he fixed me up with a job, and then that was it. And then so I started back in.
That's deadly. And how did you end up becoming a professional boxing coach?
Well, I finished boxing myself when I was 35, and then I opened the amateur club. Then I had an amateur club in Bray, and then you know, I'd gone through all the amateurs, and then you know, you achieve what you did. You win Olympics. I had another lad that boxed in the Olympics, Adam Nolan, and then it's kind of there's nothing more you can really do in the amateurs. You know, we'd won 5 world championships, 6 Europeans. You kind of reached the pinnacle then, so I thought, geez, I'll have a go at this pro game. So then I just started doing the professionals. Who was the first lad that came to me? Sean Turner was the first boxer I had, and then Luke Keeler, you know Luke from Clondalk, from Balliol, Luke Keeler and Davey Oliver Joyce, and then the stable started growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and then so it just ended up.
It just grew, and then
just grew.
This is where you are today now,
yeah. What's your favourite thing about being a professional boxing coach?
I love the travel, but I just love boxing, and
you do a lot of travel, like for.
Oh yeah,
So you were only away last night. You
Yeah,
flew in
yeah.
literally.
You've obviously got to see, I'd say, nearly the whole world at this stage,
Yeah, I've
have
seen,
you?
been everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's like
been-
one of your favourite places you've got to see?
Well, I was just in Switzerland. Switzerland's unbelievable.
Is it
I've
beautiful?
never been, yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like,
Is it like snowing all over there, or what way is that?
no,
over
we
there?
were over there. It was sunny, but there's mountains and look, it's even when you take photographs, it doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
And it's a place you never think of going,
Yeah.
but it's actually it's an unbelievable place, you know.
Are you over there working though?
Yeah, I was doing a bit of work and I was mostly enjoying myself. But and it's the second time I've been there. It's unbelievable.
We're taking.
Like it's actually breathtaking, you know. For picturesque things.
So that's your favourite thing about being a boxing coach? Then?
Yeah, no,
Getting to
but
see the
I
roads.
love it. Look, it keeps you young as well. Like, you know, you're everybody at boxes, you know, the young as well, and they've got loads of energy, you know, and you've got to have the same energy to coach them, you know.
I'd say it's
otherwise,
nice, yeah, getting to meet like new people, different people, and building relationships with people all around the world.
Yeah.
Like you'd never have that opportunity to do that if you weren't
no,
a
and
boxing
you
coach.
know what?
like,
The boxing people are the nicest people in the world. You know, they're getting in, they're risking their life, they're fighting every day, and the brave to get into the ring. It's a one-on-one thing, you know what I mean? And it's a great sport, and you know, it's run by these nice people involved in boxing, you know.
So what has boxing actually taught you and helped you how to grow as a person?
Oh, boxing, you know, like I say, it's a tough sport, and you
So
know,
it's made you tough.
yeah, it makes you look. You get knocked down in boxing, you've got to get up, you know, and that's life, innit? You know, you get knocked down many times in life, and you just got to get up and move on, and don't worry about it, you know. Go to the
It's a life lesson, literally.
It's a life lesson. You go for the next fight then, and every fight's different.
Yeah.
Every day's different, innit? You know, so
If there's like a personal skill that you've picked up like through being a boxing coach that's like helped you benefit yourself.
it's just discipline.
Yeah, I suppose.
I always say that word,
you know, yeah,
discipline.
discipline, you know. People talk about motivation. Motivation wears off. It's discipline every day and being consistent.
I always say that word, like literally,
it's
discipline is like
discipline,
literally
yeah.
how you get like through your goals, how you get to where you want to be. Like that's what
Yeah.
what I think as well.
Discipline
Like,
and consistency, you know, it's everything, you know.
Other than Katie, who is your favourite person that you've coached?
Oh,
I know,
puts me
that's
in
a hard
bad
one trying to
position.
pick.
Oh, there's so
Or
many
maybe
of them.
even say like your easiest.
The easiest person to coach.
Oh, we're gonna put him in a spot.
Yeah, I
put me in
know.
a spot. Just saying.
other than Katie, who have you enjoyed coaching the most? Like,
That's even worse.
Oh, I think
That's
that's
even
gonna
worse.
be worse.
I know, but then I feel like if you
They've
say
all-
someone else, you're putting that person
one of
down.
them, every one of them are different, and every one of them's
Probably overcome different obstacles.
it's a
with every
different
single
challenge
one.
with them all.
Yeah.
You know, like some of them are so eager and disciplined, and some of them are super talented and easy to teach. Different skills to. And,
Come on, Pete, you have to.
I know.
I know.
He's trying to give them all a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit of praise before we
I
says
suppose that, like, for talent wise and skill wise, the easiest one has to be Sean McComb.
Right, okay.
Like he can do everything, you know. He's
Quick.
quick. He's great feet. You know, everybody thinks about people's hands when they're boxing, but it's more legs. Boxing is more about your legs, you know.
Yeah.
You know, feeling distance and thing. And Sean McComb he's so talented, you know. And he's at the moment he's ranked number 8 in the world. And in his
Brilliant.
last fight, he fought in he fought in New York, and he got robbed in his last fight, and absolutely robbed. He won the fight by a mile, and that was for a world title eliminator, you know.
I'll bet.
You know, people don't realise, everybody thinks professional boxers are making loads of money, but very few of them make money, you know.
Yeah, you have to be seriously up the ranks, don't you?
And
to-
he's still hard to make money, and he's so corrupt.
yeah.
Boxing's so corrupt.
All
and,
the
like,
efforts sometimes people put in and then probably
Like, would there be a
robbed.
lot of fights that you watch and you're like, he's definitely the winner, and then when you hear
every
the
week.
results, yeah, right.
Every week it happens, it's so corrupt, like it really is so corrupt, and that's the only thing I love boxing. But the people
Sometimes
that
it's
judge
not
it and referee and run it, they're corrupt. It's a horrible sport that way, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
it's a
like
bit
it's
unfair.
not like soccer where you score a goal, you know you've won. But in boxing, like you could, like Sean McComb, like I was just saying, he fought like Barbosa. He was American and he won out of the 10 rounds, we won 8 rounds. And everybody in the crowd knew we won. The commentators knew we won. And it was on a big show. It was on when Ryan Garcia fought Davis. And everyone knew we won. And we couldn't believe the result when we lost the split decision.
Yeah, it's so disheartening, and after all the hard work then as well.
Your man couldn't believe he won the fight. He actually couldn't believe it. I mean, his coach said, I'll give you a rematch. Give us a rematch. Then afterwards, straight away after the match, he says, I'm giving you a rematch.
You must be proud of yourself, though, if you think about it, like, and everyone that you've helped and how far they've come along. Like, you put in a lot of work as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's great when you see. It's great when you see the lads, you know, when they make a few bob and they've retired. And the most important thing for me is when the lads finish and they're healthy, and they've got a few bob. And even now, even when I had the amateur club in Bray, it's great seeing young lads that I coached them when they were 9, 10 and 11, and then they still come over and remember you. Know, that's great, you know.
Yeah.
Can you ever
They
see
don't
yourself
forget.
retiring?
I think when you retire, that's when you get old.
Yeah, I
He's
can
right
never see
though,
him
yeah, I
retiring.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you get
He'd
old.
be like literally like God knows what age, like 99, like going around like this and all. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm getting old now, but like I say, when you're knocking around with all these young lads, and you've got to
You
have
feel
loads of
young.
energy, and
yeah,
feel young,
you
know.
have to keep
And
yourself.
you got to stay fit to be able to coach as well, you know.
Yeah,
so
100%. So obviously Katie is your daughter and you coached her. So like, where did that all begin? Like, and what was your like favorite part about getting to coach her?
well, it began like I say when she came to the club one day, and she was with me in sparring, and then just grew from there. And like I never wanted Katie to box. Like she played soccer for Ireland. She was
Oh, did she?
And was she
Yeah.
good at that as well? Yeah,
she was a captain of the Irish team, and she was FAI Footballer of the Year.
Brilliant.
very good.
Yeah, she was an international, and she was Arsenal were looking for her, all the top teams were looking for her. And,
That was
So
at a
she
very
has it
young
in her,
age
yeah.
then, wasn't
yeah,
it, as
even
well?
young. She was on the senior team when she was only 14. She was the
Oh my
youngest
God, it's brilliant.
That's very
person
good.
to be on the senior team. So he said, like, you've got loads of opportunities playing soccer, you know, and but she loved boxing, and
That's obviously how she was so good in her feet as well, because obviously
yeah, because
with
of the
football you
soccer.
need to be fast
Yeah,
as well
and
on
she
your
played,
feet. Yeah,
played gas. She was a good runner, so she was good. She was a good athlete anyway, you know. So she was easy to coach as well, you know. But
what was
yeah.
your favorite part about getting to do all of that? Like, and obviously she's your daughter. Like,
I was just great, you know, as a father doing it with your daughter, and then like my 2 sons boxed as well, and so it was great because
You said you were the world champions at the same time, were you? That's where she came training with you.
I was getting ready for the Irish title fight.
Oh, right. So
the
did
All
you
Irelands.
keep boxing as well when?
So I was like when she was boxing, we had one show where my 2 sons boxed and Katie boxed and I boxed on it.
Oh, right.
We're all on the one
Brilliant.
show like at one stage, you know, which it was great as well.
So you stopped boxing then completely when you were 34, did you? You said.
34, 30, 35 I was. Yeah, I stopped then. So then I opened a boxing club, and then just grew the boxing club then, you know.
so you have 3 kids in total, is
Four.
it? 4.
My eldest girl didn't box. She had sense.
And then all the rest of them then do boxing, is
All
it?
the rest of them box, yeah.
Yeah, and they love it as well.
So there's a lot of stigma, obviously, about you and Katie's relationship. That's one of the things I remember from years ago that you didn't talk. So even Aoife, I picked Aoife up today, and she was like, "Oh yeah, sure, he's married to Katie's best friend, isn't he?"
Ah, no.
I was like, "I actually don't think that's true, Aoife."
That was all like
So it's not true. You're not married to Katie's best friend.
I actually don't even know when that was, but I remember
that was all
like,
over social media.
Yeah.
but
It was
that's
all
it.
like, but that's like in social media, and then it's so like these keyboard warriors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Oh no, 100%.
Like,
Don't
that's
believe
it. One
everything you see.
person writes one thing,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's going around
So,
the world. Everyone believes
Karen,
it.
my wife, she's the same age as Katie. She was going to the club, but she used to go to a keep fit class in the club, but never met each other.
They didn't even know each other.
No, they didn't even know each other at all. Like never even met each other, you know. And that was it, you know. And so it's around the same age.
Yeah.
You know,
Two and two
together,
make
you know.
Speculating.
But listen, I was in Bray, and we'd be going out for a drink, and people go, she said, oh, congratulations. She said, Karen, you just had a baby, your second baby together. No. I said, does she look fat? Like, you know.
Do you have kids together?
No. I'm just saying, Oh, it's gospel. I've heard all about it.
From none to two.
From none to two, like, I mean, it's just social media, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all.
That's how that's that. So even that's not true anyway.
Yeah, no,
we
I
get it
get
from the horse's mouth.
No, but we were even saying
Yeah.
even like what was it? We thought you were a maths teacher. Wasn't
Oh,
it?
a maths lecturer.
That's my son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you have the
Do you
same
know what I
name,
mean?
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. We just read that you're a math lecturer, and
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
that's not true either.
Yeah, you
So at least we're getting to hear from the horse's mouth.
I can
But
barely add up as well.
we just wanted to anyway,
Yeah.
because obviously the stigma around you and Katie's relationship. Are you on good terms
I'm
now?
on great terms.
Yeah.
You know, I was only over the way with it for when Sean McComb fought over in New York. And Kate lives in the States now. You see.
Oh, I actually didn't
fab.
know that.
Yeah. So I flew up to see her then when I was over there, you know, and then she was only back home after a fight was cancelled. She had a fight and it was cancelled there, so she was back home. So we're on the phone to each other every day, you know. So
I actually never forget when I was younger. I don't know. You obviously hear things and you're reading newspapers, but I remember there was a fight and you were coaching someone where she was fighting. Is that true, or am I like getting this wrong?
yeah.
And I just remember saying to myself, "Oh, I wonder, does he go over? Do they hug each
Yeah,
other?"
yeah.
And it was
That
like
was-
a huge deal when they actually did. I think
Yeah,
they gave
I
each other
know,
a hug.
like, it just-
Well, everyone was expecting us not to even
I
look at each
know.
other.
It was Gary Cully was on the fight, and Kate was all. Oh, I can't remember who Kate was fighting, but Gary Cully was fighting, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. So we're on the phone to each other all the
It's
time.
your daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Daughter, you know,
But people
and,
had built up such a big.
yeah, you know, but that's like again, it's social media and media, and newspapers as
Yeah.
well. Like,
Yeah, just because you're at an event doesn't mean you need to be stuck to each other's hip because like
I know,
that's your
like,
daughter.
they're
Like,
going to even talk to each other.
yeah.
Oh, what they're doing on the same. Well, of course we're talking to each other. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're on the phone to each other every day. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and
The love is there even if people don't see it.
yeah, like, you know what, like people like to write bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like
so true.
no new. I think one time a newspaper opened up. It just had good news stories. I think it closed within about 3 weeks. You know what I mean? 'Cause people just want to hear dismal stories all the time.
Yeah.
People want to hear, oh, them two are not talking. Or,
They want drama.
they want
Yeah.
drama. You know,
Yeah.
it's and people believe it as well. Like,
Yeah, people are so quick to believe anything that's not true, and then
not true,
something
yeah.
that's true, and it doesn't sound real gossipy. They just think the
there's
opposite. Then,
Yeah.
do you know,
There's no smoke without fire. You know,
110%. Do you feel like your wife Karen has played a role in helping you become the person you are today?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I
Well,
would say that from
Yeah.
watching social media and seeing you and Karen, you're very supportive and you're very like have a friendship and a good
Yeah,
relationship.
no, we
as
have a
well.
great relationship, and look, she's like obviously Karen, she's a lot younger than me. When she had to go through a lot of stick as well, like
Yeah,
with the
of course.
media as well,
And being quite young as well.
and being
going through it.
young, and then like the injuries I've had over the last 10 years, like it's not easy to you know, be looking after somebody through the like.
She stood by it and helped you through
yeah,
everything. Like, yeah,
when I had the injury to my arm, like that had to be cleaned twice a day for 18 months, like, you know,
yeah.
and I couldn't do it myself, you know, because it was actually so it was too painful to do, and then she had to do that, and then
And there was another. You actually were in another accident, weren't you?
Damaged
And
my
you had
legs.
to learn how to walk.
yeah,
Okay,
and
what
then she had
happened
to. I was in Barcelona. I was just getting into a taxi, and somebody came up and snatched my watch.
Oh, snatch your watch off your arm.
Yeah, like that, and I got up and obviously chased after him, and
Oh,
I was sprinting after him, and I missed a step, and I tore that quad away from the knees. But I carried on chasing him, man, and this quad came away from my knees as well.
Did you have 2 quads came
Two
away?
quads came away from my knees.
Did you have issues with
my
your
God.
quads before?
No,
that?
no
Oh my
issues
God.
at all. It was just, you know, when you're running as fast as
Yeah.
you can.
I thought you were going to turn around and tell me that someone was at the end of the road and they tried to chop your legs off or something. I
No.
didn't think you were going to
Well,
say
sure,
that.
that probably was all over social
Yeah,
media.
I think I seen
No.
that on the paper. Freak accident.
mean it
left
like
him
that,
with
but
no
I
Yeah,
mean-
no,
legs.
but that was in social media. Then.
When you said you had to learn how
Punishment
to walk
baiting.
again, I
That was a
just
punishment baiting. Punishment baiting for what? You know, like that's what you get.
And come here, did you
that-
actually have to learn how to walk again?
Yeah, like
Right.
me 2 quads shot up there, and they had to pull me quads back down and drill my knees and reconnect them to my knees again. You know,
How
my
long
God.
did it take you to be able to learn how to walk again?
they said it would take me about 9 months, but I climbed a mountain in Switzerland about 10 weeks later.
What?
Yeah,
He's just like,
I was back.
So
I,
the minute they
Fair play to
screwed your calves or what was it,
I had to
sorry?
screw my knees back, and I was in metal metal casts on both legs. I was like that.
Were you in bed rest then for obviously a certain amount of days till you
I was
tried
meant
to
to
go
be like
and walk?
4 weeks like that. Now, imagine I was like that. I couldn't move my legs. So you had to go to the bathroom like that.
I
to
know,
the
I'm holding my
toilet.
legs.
Oh
I
my
feel like my
God.
legs are like that
Yeah,
now.
so you
I'm
go to the
thinking
toilet like that. Like you couldn't move.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm going around on a furniture mover in the house, wheeling myself around, and it was a nightmare. They put a chairlift in to get me up and down the stairs. It was a nightmare. But then after 2 weeks, I went back to the hospital and said, "Take these off. I'm not having these."
I'd say mentally that was very hard for you, was it? Because obviously you're so used to.
Oh, it was a nightmare. But like 2 weeks later, I was in the corner. And when Sean McComb again, he had a fight in Belfast, and I was like that in a wheelchair.
You went to the fight?
I did the corner.
Oh.
And I said, they said, you can't do the corner like that. I says, I'm doing the corner. He says, you can't. This is discrimination if you don't let me into the corner. So I'm doing the corner. So I did the corner like that. You
did
know,
it.
Yeah, and they were carrying me in the Coliseum. You know, where I'm upstairs in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
The lads were carrying me upstairs because I couldn't go up the steps, obviously, you know. So
Were you still trying to walk out? Was your
no,
legs
I
like
was
that?
still training the lads.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play
So
to
I
you.
was tricepping dipping my way up the
But like
steps.
you didn't fall into a victim mentality, like, and I'm looking at him and like that's probably how we got over so quick. Because if someone else here they weren't going to walk again, next of all they think in their heads, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that." But I'm
Yeah,
like,
when they said to me 8 months, it's 8 weeks.
that's
what they
because
said
you
to
have
me,
such a
8
strong
weeks,
mindset, though. Like,
and
you know.
And I was onto a Zimmer frame then, and then I went back into the hospital on the Zimmer frame. You shouldn't be on that. You can't be putting pressure on your legs. So I'm grand. Then I went into the crutches, and then I was back then.
Yeah.
So you talked about as well your injury with your arm, so we just kind of wanted to touch on that as well. I honestly only read into this last night, so I didn't even realise. So obviously about the shooting.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to touch on that and hear it from you, because obviously even when you're reading it, you're hearing like gangland, criminal.
No.
That's all you're seeing on the papers.
Media again, like
yeah.
seriously, like everyone knew. Like I had a boxing club in Bray, and it's not involved in nothing, like, you know, and I was training professional fighters then, and just one morning we're there training at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd been there since 6 o'clock, writing up the training session on the boards, on the whiteboard. Everybody was in there. We started training. It was a strength and conditioning session. I had me back to the door. Next minute, I had boom, 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 shots going off. I didn't know what those shots because I had me back to it. I thought it was one of my machines. It was backfiring. So I turned around to ask somebody to turn off one of the machines, and then I seen this lad on the door. His feet just going bang, shooting around it.
Sorry, this was in the gym, was it?
In the gym, yeah,
Right,
shooting
oh my
around
God.
at everyone. There was 70 people in the gym at the time. I was like, what's going on here, like, you know? And then I seen one of my friends on the ground, the bullet gone through his head, like, and everyone was screaming, running everywhere, and I said, didn't know what to do. And I was beside two girls that was training. They were screaming. I said, he's going to shoot everybody in there, this lad. So I was looking for something to throw at him.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but it's just shooting away. And I know it happened so quick, but I was thinking, your mind slows down at the time,
Yeah,
you know,
because
because
you do or die.
Yeah. A fight or flight. Yeah.
So I just said, I'm gonna kill this lad. So I just took to running at him, you know.
Yeah.
So I just started running at him, and then the first bullet went. I thought, Jesus, that was close.
Oh, he
you know?
started shooting at you then directly, did he?
Yeah, because I was running at him, you know.
Yeah.
So then I just run and I dived on him. When I dived on him, he shot me. It went through my arm. Went through there, in there, came out there.
Oh
A
my God,
ricochet.
you're very lucky.
You're lucky it didn't go all through your.
Yeah, it went round
Organs
there
and-
like that and came out there. She was lodged there. So it was. So it went through my arm, blew a hole in my arm, in there, it's lodged there.
Oh my God.
You're
Spun me around, and then
so lucky to get off.
obviously he got a fright of me running at him, and he ran then. But then, like, there would have been a lot more people shot dead.
If you hadn't
Yeah.
done that, exactly.
So did he just come in and just start shooting at everyone?
Yeah, obviously he was there to get someone, like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But it wasn't me. It was like it was proven afterwards. It wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
he
but
would-
people
he-
had
he-
made it
he-
out to be, yeah.
He'd shot me because I was there by myself. He was out. He'd shot me. He usually shot me when I was opening up the door.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's nobody around, you know. When
If he
it's
was
pitch
trying
black.
to get you. Like,
Yeah, he shot me, and I said that all along. But it's a great story for the papers then,
yeah,
because
Katie Taylor's ads.
me and my ex-wife would split up. Me and Katie at the time I wasn't coaching Katie anymore, so they sent this big rift between Pete Taylor and Katie Taylor. So it was like, he's the bad guy. Let's get into it. Katie Taylor's father shot must be involved in something, and then it was all over the.
Just using your name for a headline, basically.
That's all it was. I like, look.
And they didn't even care to think that someone actually did
die.
Didn't care about it.
Friends.
Didn't care
you know
about
what
it.
I mean?
No, just and like, you know, obviously I was in sedation and I had it straight away got operated on, and then I didn't know obviously if Bobby had been killed or not, because I remember when I was lying there, there was blood coming out of my chest as well, and I was going. I was wherever way I got shot, I got spun round the corner because he turned me around. I remember saying to Karen, "Is everyone all right?" She says, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "Bobby, okay?" "Yeah, everyone's good." She said, "Everyone's
trying
good."
to keep you okay.
Yeah, so that's grand. Jeez. At least everyone's okay, you know. And then, you know, you think to yourself, when I remember waking up thinking, what happened after, you know, sedation?
Yeah.
What happened? Anyway, at least everyone's okay. I did my bit to make sure everyone was okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously the Bobby dead. Then and all these stories in the papers.
Yeah.
While you're trying to get over.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't really think you know, you risk your own life trying to help everyone, and everybody. In all fairness, everybody was there that morning. All came in with cards and said, "Yeah, as if it wasn't you, thanks very much," you know. But then you're reading in the paper, and everyone's thinking, "Jesus, they were after him.
Yeah.
They were after him. His mate got shot because they were after him." And
When really you actually were the hero and saved a lot of people's lives. Like,
you know, that killed me. Like
risking your own life.
Yeah,
like, you're lucky to be alive.
me, you know. And you know, then afterwards, then I had this big bloody cage drilled into my arm because my arm had been shattered, you know.
Yeah.
And you're going into bars restaurants where you're being, can't really have you in here. Like the staff are afraid somebody will come in and show you.
Oh my God.
Nobody came in to show me. So anyway, and look, they have all the papers. They have all the papers in court even now at the moment,
right,
over defamation of character. You know,
yeah,
because that was a killer for me. You know, and it was,
of course,
was hard. It was hard. It was harder for me to come back from the defamation than it was from the actual shooting. To tell you the truth, you know, because like even then, you know.
And is this people that knew you in local restaurants that were even saying that they were afraid?
Yeah, it was. It's not us people, but the staff, they're afraid, and you know, and they look. I could understand that.
It as
well.
well.
You know, wasn't that they were thinking all they're doing is reading what's in the papers.
Yeah,
and it's because of the papers that they're feeling that.
Yeah, they were feeling. They feel it. Oh, jeez, I feel it. You'd be walking down, even if walking around Dublin, people pointing because I think I was in 29 front pages. It was on Sky
I
News.
couldn't believe, because like I was saying before you came in, I obviously started to do a little bit of research, and the amount of times you're on the headlines, and even like that part of Feud, Gangland, Criminal, and I was like, I never knew this.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
it was horrible for me. Like, and now, funny enough, this week in the papers, one paper's writing an apology over something that happened 6 years ago. Only
writing it now.
Yeah, because I'm suing them all, like, you know, and well, it was a killer for me. And then
it's a bit late for that, like.
It's a bit late, you know, because
definition of character has been
6
taken
years
away from
later,
me, like,
and then, you know, people say, must have been something
dodgy. Yeah.
If someone comes in shooting someone in Dunstars, what do they blame Ben? Well, I can't blame Ben on his red, but do they blame the owner of Dunstars? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, and then the council closed the club on me, the boxing club in Bray. It's still locked up, closed now as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, with all my gear in it, and they won't let anyone into the place. And
so how has all that actually like really affected you?
Like mentally, it's a killer. It was a killer, you know. But then look, it's like I just said about what boxing teaches you. You just gotta. Once you know you've done no wrong.
Yeah, there's no guilt there.
There's no guilt there. I don't like, you know what I mean. Like,
you have to be a very strong person to be able to tell yourself that and feel that, though. Like, you are lucky that you can. They are strong to tell yourself that. Like, you know what I mean?
Like being accused of all that kind of stuff and blamed on that stuff, and you know, people like Bobby was a great friend of mine. People like kind of blaming you on Bobby's death as well. You know, like that was worse than the shooting, and it's worse than getting your legs done.
Yeah,
it was way worse than
having to deal and live with that. Like,
deal with that mentally with that, but like it's to say, you know, it's and you know, I can explain it, I can talk about it,
and you can say it so many times.
Times, but people believe what they believe.
Exactly.
And people prefer to believe the social media and like I don't listen. I've got my Instagram thing, and that's about it. But I don't like kind of read into the social media, and most of the stuff on my Instagram, Karen puts up anyway. I don't be bothered with it. You know what I mean? But like people believe what they want to believe anyway. You know.
And the thing is as well though, if you weren't Katie Taylor's dad and it was just someone's gym, the owner wouldn't have been mentioned.
Oh,
it's
no.
only because you already had that name.
Yeah,
that
because
they used that as a
it was
headline.
like good cop, bad cop
Yeah.
kind of thing. And look, and if you were a guard and you'd done that, they'd be giving you bloody medals.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that's the way it is, and that's
We
the way
definitely think you're going
that's
the
the
right
way the
way as
media
well.
play it as well, because they sell papers out of all that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They
And how
don't
much
care.
they made off them papers now and what you're going to sue them for.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you get anything, but
Yeah.
but they don't care anyway. You know, like they don't care about people's feelings or
yeah.
they don't care. They just sell papers, you know. And there's some of these the journalists, they're just scumbags.
Yeah.
They're actually
Yeah.
scumbags.
Do you feel like
know?
that's giving you a bit of closure by going and doing that then? Obviously,
Yeah,
after
like,
what they've done on you, like
you'll never clear your name, but it was just for me. It's just principle, and I didn't care what it was going to cost me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
You wanted to stand for what was right.
Yeah, it's principle, you know, and okay, to give you an apology, okay, nobody cares about the apology, and people will believe what they believe, but they are like most of them papers, the bleeding scumbags, you know.
What's the like craziest thing you've heard about yourself and like read about yourself, sorry, in the papers? That's not true.
Man, I could go on forever. Yeah, like.
Do you want to get the list out?
Yeah, like I just said, like it was feud, local brave feud, Pete Taylor disrespected the top drugs lord, and Cannon was Katie's best friend. Now they've had 2 children, and like seriously, like get a grip of yourselves, like, you know what I mean.
It's say when you see a paper that's like, oh, what are they putting
Yeah,
in now?
what's coming up
Yeah,
now?
like and then people say, Jane, man, you must be making a fortune selling these stories to the papers.
Haven't seen a cent.
So, you know, there's a picture of myself and Cannon walking down Grafton Street a few years ago, and it's Pete Taylor's new girlfriend. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, a front page of a paper, who cares?
They've nothing better to put on the
Seriously,
day.
like,
No,
you
I
know,
know.
it must have been a slow news day or something, you know.
Yeah,
what I
the
mean?
smallest thing, and I just try and make it
and
into
a
something
big
that's not
picture,
like,
who cares?
no, 100%.
Do you know what?
Seriously.
Actually, my partner actually, and it's actually off topic completely, but do you know what he mentioned to me the other day? Remember the kid that was stabbed last year?
Yeah.
So he overheard that I was on the radio, they only got out of hospital and are on a feeding tube, got released from hospital like last week, and he only heard it once on the radio, right? And Molly May and Tommy Fury are all over the
Everything.
headlines, the radios, because they've broke up.
Everything.
That's real news.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And I was just like, it actually is crazy, like that they've put that to the back burner,
Yeah.
and they've made Molly May and Tommy Fury the
Every
headlines because
day.
they've broken up, like
Seriously.
because
like,
they know people are probably looking into that more. Like,
Yeah.
God
Every day it's a new headline with them as well,
Yeah.
and I'm like, there's just much more out there people could be talking about other than that,
Yeah.
like, do you
Oh,
know?
you could go on and on, couldn't you? Just
No,
give it
you
out
really
about-
could, because it's
like,
actually that bad.
I don't actually know why even people buy newspapers,
Yeah.
because 99% of
Sounds
the
very true.
newspaper doesn't. 99% of the things you read in the newspaper will never affect you,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
like,
it's
you must be just people reading must be just bored with their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
true.
people that post on social media, these keyboard warriors, they are the saddest people ever.
That's actually one of
Yeah.
the reasons we were saying we're not gonna open up a TikTok yet, because people are so evil.
We're only waiting for the death on that
'Cause,
TikTok
like,
is
the
so
death
bad.
that people give you like is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
especially like, I don't mean to just say American people, but like I always feel like Irish are a little bit better, but the likes of American people and no hiding behind keyboards, giving you
Like-
abuse.
Yeah, the Irish people, I do a bit better, not really, because let me tell you,
There's certain people.
Yeah,
I
they're
suppose.
yeah.
the more successful your podcast gets,
Yeah.
the more
People are gonna have
Why?
something to say.
same. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
Who do they think they are?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know,
They're gonna
We
get
actually only just
Yeah,
want to have a laugh.
you
Yeah.
just
Do you know
wanna,
what I mean?
Hey, enjoy it, you talk, and great. Like, it's great. Why shouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're going to post something, if people are going to post something positive.
Yeah.
Keep your negative shit to yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, you know what, if you've got time to post that crap about people, you're sad people anyway. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
100%. If you
Seriously,
have nothing
like,
good to say, don't say
don't
it at all.
say it, you know.
Yeah.
and then,
That's it.
So we're going off. We're having
No,
one.
I know we are.
So, in terms of your career, have you any plans going forward? So what are you doing now at the minute, Pete?
Yeah, I'm still doing the
You're still doing professional
prep.
boxing?
I do PTs, personal training. I have classes up in the Coliseum. I don't know. Like I've got a few offers now. I've a few offers in the Netherlands. I've been over to the Netherlands the last few weeks, backwards and forwards, and like I said, Amsterdam and The Hague, and I have a few offers over there about coaching as well, and I'll see how things go in the next few months with the pros and everything, and I'm not sure. Like I'm battling with it as well because you know, like maybe I'd like a challenge over there as well. It'd be a challenge trying
Something different.
something different, you know.
Something new.
And, yeah, something new, and I like having these little challenges as well.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
nice because I think like things like that is what keeps you going, isn't it?
yeah, and it's you know, you stand from nothing again, and it's good to do that as well sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can stay in your comfort zone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
What type of boxing classes do you hold? Because I actually was going to one.
Yeah, I do. We do beginners.
Yeah.
You do women. You do women and all, don't you? Like,
Yeah, I do all levels. You know, like I'm never going to refuse the women.
We should
because
go down.
Yeah,
if I
because
want to start with my
you
TikTok.
know. So and then we do a lot. I
Really
do high rocks classes as well. You know the high rocks.
Oh yeah, they're actually becoming so big now. As
Yeah. So
I never heard of that.
I did a high rocks only a few months ago.
What
well,
is
high
that?
rocks is all kind of different.
Different stations. There's 8 1K runs and 8 functional stations.
Right.
So I did one in Malaga. So I have another one coming up in Milan, and they're a great challenge for me because of the way my legs are as well. Because like running's a killer for me with my knees. So I said, well, look, if I can do them, everyone can do them, you know.
Yeah.
And
No excuses.
no
for
excuse,
anyone else. Yeah.
for injuries, no excuse for age or anything, you know. So I have another one coming up now in Milan in 5
So do
weeks.
you travel doing them high
Yeah,
rocks?
we travelled all over the world, you know, and so I think there's about 30 of us doing it.
Brilliant.
I don't know if you know all the lads from Autoclass Motors.
Oh, I think I've seen them
Yeah,
all doing it.
all
Yeah.
the lads from
I
Orca.
seen it outside. Just did it
Yeah,
outside.
that's
yeah.
right. All the lads from Autoclass Motors. I trained them in the morning, and
So was it you doing the high rocks? Is it actually yours, the high
no,
rocks?
it's not mine. It's
Oh,
just
right,
it's a company that does it at High Rocks, and it's they're trying to get into the Olympics. Would you believe? But it's worldwide, you know.
Right.
So all the lads from Autoclass are coming over to Milan as well.
Ah, brilliant. So
And
there's a
there's a few of them from the Coliseum going. We have a few friends from the States going over as well. So
And how often do they run? Like,
they run all the time, but you've
Yeah.
got to book into them, and it's hard. Like
Yeah.
the one in, I think the one in Malaga. I think there was something like 10,000 people in it.
Oh my god.
You know,
But it does look like there's some
Oh,
buzz
it's
off
some
them.
buzz, you know.
Yeah.
I am going to have to look this up because I don't
I'll
know.
show you one of the videos.
Ah,
At the
it's-
one at the Highway Motors. There's a Highway
the
Motors.
Autoclass.
Autoclass Motors.
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
unreal now, I have to
But
say.
we did one in Malaga, and the amount of Dublin people there.
Yeah.
Really?
It's mad. I think Dublin has really came up with their fitness levels, haven't they? Like,
Yeah,
no,
and through
it's
COVID,
great.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you go over to Malaga to go to this tournament, and you
Run
knew
into everyone.
you knew 50% of the people
Yeah,
there. You
yeah.
know, and it was
It's a good
great.
thing
you
as
know.
well, at least we're all.
Yeah, and yeah, no, it's good. It's a good challenge. You know what I mean? It's taken over at the moment. You know, everybody's into it, and it's the kind of thing everyone can do. You can do it by yourself, or you can do it with a partner. You know, and you can
Yeah.
split the loads up. It's
It kind
good.
of sounds like a little bit, it's probably not now, it kind of sounds like an Iron Man, or is that two completely different
An
things?
Ironman, it would be similar, like, but an Ironman would be actually much tougher, you know.
Would it be?
You have
Yeah.
to swim in the seas, don't you?
For
with
the Ironman,
8K or something,
in
is
in the IROCs, you do a 1K run, then you do say a 1K skier, 1K run, and 1K row.
It's probably a little bit more realistic. Than
Realistic,
the likes
it's
of
more.
an Ironman.
It's like a circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's the same circuit on every tournament, and you can train for it, and the time. You know, I see. Look, it's a great buzz, you know, and like people are into that now.
The lead up to it and all, I'd say it's a good laugh, is it?
Oh yeah, and on the day it's a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good buzz, you know.
So
like,
if someone wants to get in touch with you and do either the classes or doing PT with you, how would they reach out and
just
find you?
Pete Taylor Boxing on Instagram, and
On
just
Instagram.
yeah, catch me on Instagram, and then I'll get back to him, and yeah, so
Yeah. Is
And
that-
sorry, actually, before
Sorry,
I know
you-
I want to say something at the start. We actually forgot to ask them one question, and we asked the boys notes. So I
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted to ask. Do you mind me asking it? So this is a good question for him. I feel like because he's such a busy man. If you had 25 hours in the day, what would you do with your extra day?
Hour.
Oh, sorry, hour. I keep saying that, don't I? That's like the third time I'm saying day, extra hour, sorry.
I probably sleep.
Yeah. I feel like he doesn't do that.
I probably sleep, yeah. Jenny Mac,
Yeah,
it's
no, that's a good one
non-stop,
as well.
you
I
know.
feel like I just sit down and relax.
oh, stuff like that. It's one thing I don't do. I'm not good at.
You probably
Sleeping.
can't though, can you? You probably can't sit down and relax like a big
No, look, I try getting away every weekend as well, you know.
Right, okay.
I actually try
That
to
sounds fab.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I do. I try to get away every weekend, you know, because, like, just,
De-stress, de-wind.
yeah, no, I don't. I go away. I always go to gyms when I go away. I like going to different gyms.
Different
So I'll
gyms,
go away and I'll do an IROX competition. I'll train. And
So you're still trying.
yeah, I'm still training. Or it's just to get away for a break. So what I usually do, I finish on an afternoon, Friday afternoon, straight onto a flight and get out of the country, you know. And
We do that, except we bought a caravan, but we're going all around Ireland, but it's bleeding
it's
great.
brilliant. Yeah, I was gonna do.
Oh, it's the
actually do
best
that,
investment
you know.
we've ever made,
Yeah,
I swear
yeah,
to God.
it's
And we've
brilliant.
young kids, obviously,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we just put the bikes in. It's like being away on your own because the kids don't go near you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
in, obviously, campsites and that with playgrounds, and it's just seeing all over Ireland. It's just great,
Yeah.
I have to say. I never realised Ireland was so beautiful.
No, I know, there's loads of
look,
places.
You know what I mean?
is. Like I said, I've been everywhere in the world nearly. But see Europe.
Yeah,
Europe's unbelievable. Like,
yeah,
you know, like the States is all right, but like there's nothing I see. It's
yeah.
It's all
all
buildings
fiction.
and
building.
yeah.
There's no history to it really, you know.
Yeah.
But Europe's unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
like it's just say came back from Switzerland. Like it's breathtaking and
Yeah, he's
It's
actually
actually
right
something that I
about
need to put
history and
on,
all,
yeah.
isn't he?
yeah,
100%.
and then say you have a caravan like we drove over to Amsterdam. You know,
did you?
got the boat so to the UK, then the UK, then to Amsterdam, you know, and it's actually so easy, you know, and you can
Yeah,
travel all over. Once you're over there, then you can travel all over Europe. Then you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
only
they
like
have all them Euro camps now
was just
everywhere.
gonna
It's
say.
unbelievable
And
over
they're
there.
amazing. Like we've been
Yeah.
looking them up. Like a girl on my salon, she goes for 5 weeks every year, and she says it's the best holiday they've ever been on. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm dying to like start doing things like that, venture out now that the kids are a little bit older.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like I just said, next summer, that's the way to do it. You go away for about 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah,
Just switch off and just do your own thing.
Make a list, start somewhere and then just
Yeah.
on you go.
yeah,
To wherever the road takes you.
yeah.
That's the way to go, isn't it?
So that's it.
Um,
Thanks.
is
Oh,
there
sorry.
any? No, I was just going to say, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today before we finish up?
No, it's great, and I hope you do really well with this because you're both very easy to talk to. So I think you're gonna fly along with this,
Thanks
you know.
so
and,
much.
Thanks so much.
and
Thanks.
That means a lot, yeah. So thanks for
I could
coming
just
on
say,
the podcast.
don't give up on it. If you know you're gonna have your ups and downs, but
That's
don't
what I
give
have
up
to
on it,
keep
you
saying
know.
to her because Vanessa is just like wants everything done tomorrow.
I
and
know
I'm
I'm
like,
a perfectionist as well, so I like
didn't get
everything
this
to be
far.
perfect.
that quick and beauty, so it's not gonna like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you
The
know
road
what?
to success.
Sometimes it's better when it don't go perfect. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you'll appreciate it more as well when it does.
Yeah, no, I
does
did.
go there, you know. So
Thanks so much, Peter. Very good.
Yeah,
for
I know.
coming
Thanks
on
for
and giving us
coming
your
on.
time.
Yeah,
problems.
and we also appreciate obviously everyone that's had to coming on and listening to this episode. If everyone could literally go to the Workwide podcast on Instagram and give us a little follow and keep an eye out on our Instagram for the next episode, we'd really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so
Thank
that's
you.
it really.
Thanks.
Thanks P.
Thank
I
you.
really
Thanks,
appreciate
no
it.
problem.
It was
Thank you.
actually a lovely interview.
Thanks.
Oh, did we just die?